up, Minnesota Dirt? We're at the speed shop. It is 19 degrees here in Minnesota, and I'm freezing. I got my glove on here, but I'm freezing. Got the call from Bob Harris Enterprise down in Ames, Iowa, that the GRT's done. So ran out to the speed shop here, grabbed Billy's trailer again, grabbed our trusty old dually, and me and Harper are heading to Ames, Iowa. So I'm running the shop here, get an impact in case we get a flat tire, because that seems to be Steinberg luck, and get my dog. Where'd Harper go? There's my dog. My dog. Look at them paws. Look at them paws. Look at big, let me see them paws. Ah, big bear. There's a big bear. Yeah, Billy's been busy. I got a lot of content to edit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Been flying. Billy's been this big surge of building race cars and bolt on weird parts. I don't know if Billy's a little lost on the calendar, but we ain't racing until March, so he's definitely getting himself ahead of the curve.
Dad's been working on the engine room.
Dad cleaned up the engine shop. So he's starting to tear the 420 down, my motor. He's looking decent there. And we got a little nice little kiss there. Another kiss there. There's kiss on exhaust. That's exhaust. No, that's exhaust. That's intake.
It's been hitting pretty good. Must have been that. This side's been a little bit right there. Looks like it's burning good. But look at the cylinder wall. No, look at the brown.
Oh, I see that.
It's rust. Probably from when it was sitting last year when you guys were in Iraq.
I'm just surprised on that.
No, it wore nice. I mean, definitely. I think a good just a hone to clean it out nice, and hopefully we can reuse the pistons and everything. Billy definitely wants to put rods in it. And I found the last piece of broken lifter.
Oh yeah, where's that
I
at?
took the oil plug out. It was sitting right on the end.
Oh yeah. So it worked its way out.
When I pulled it out, I got worried. I was like, couldn't figure out what it was from, and I remembered about the lifter that broke.
All right, Harper, you ready to hit the road? Let's do this. Hitting the road. Bob Harris Enterprise. Oh, Dad needs something. He's doing the old run. See what he's got here for us.
We're doing the new deck black, right?
Yeah.
On your car?
Yeah.
All right. I'm probably gonna start on that today,
Okay.
so you can start putting that back together.
Sounds good.
All right,
There you go. Black. I still don't know if I'm gonna do the white body again, or if I'm gonna do the all black car again. Everybody on Facebook, if you guys go on the Facebook page, I have a little post on there of whether I should, some cars I've done years back. I got one that I posted that's white with black center, front nose has a black center but white sides, and then it's got green trim. And I got one of this last year, the GRT, where it's $100,000 trailer and it still looks halfway decent. So I don't know. I keep going back and forth. But then also, if I did all black, you know, our current t-shirts wouldn't look right. I mean, we're looking to get new t-shirts done anyways, but keep a car looking the same throughout the years, and at least then your t-shirts can stay the same or stay looking up to date, you know. So, alright, that's my spiel for this morning. Let's get to Ames. Alright, made it to Bob Harris Enterprise. Rolling up, see new race cars. Big old trailer there. We got this little guy. Well, I definitely ain't picking up no brand new race car, and sure ain't rolling up with a trailer like that, but let's go get our unit. What's up, Mr. Dirt? Alright, they're putting on the finishing touches on the GRT here. Up on the right front frame horn there. But we got our new air put in. Alright, Minnesota Dirt, we got the GRT all loaded up. Like I said, it was kind of hard talking there because they were finishing up on it, but got the right front clearanced a little bit more because we were having some contact with our right front tie rod. Got the new support crossbar in there. Those kind of tend to start wearing out. Did our pull bar. Got our new brackets for the left rear slider. Those are chilling right here. We're gonna get those on the truck because we don't want that going anywhere. We don't want to come back for those. We're gonna put those in the truck. Harper surprisingly isn't napping yet. We're gonna move this rig quick. So alright, let's get inside here. It's nice and warm and cold out there. Rocky, how's it going?
Oh, wonderful. Yourself?
Good, good. You don't mind being on Minnesota Dirt, right?
What?
The YouTube...
Where?
What we tell you about that fucking camera back? That footage better be in there because if it ain't...
Hey, Bob's the one that wants it for the advertisement.
Right next to it says right here, no cameras or cell phones allowed.
I was not underneath all the secrets. I want to ask you questions about that left side that you were talking to me about before.
Oh, man. Give him some fucking money.
There it is, everybody. It's the Snap-on guy. That's the free candy van that picks up adult males.
You'll email me? I'll send you an email back. It won't be a pleasant one.
Pretty. All right, I'm gonna do a little more talking here in Minnesota Dirt, and I'll get back to you. All right, loaded up, headed out. See you, Rocky. See you, Mr. Harris. See you, BHE. Thank you, Iowa, for the fun. Back to Minnesota. All right, what's up, Minnesota Dirt? We got Billy Shaw car from Darwyn, Carew. Killer chassis. This is the new IMCA car that Billy's gonna be building. And then we'll also be running it as a Minnesota B mod a little bit. I think that's Billy's intentions. Kind of finishing things up here at Darwyn's. Got the Christmas decoration up, but Carew. This sweet Snap-on grill. It's kind of dirty, but yeah, it's a Snap-on grill. That had to be spendy. one of the cars that Darwyn's in the process of doing some repairs on and a little bit of mods. What do you think, boy?
I don't like winter.
That's not what I asked. You excited to put this stock car together?
Yeah, it was a good car for the little bit of time that I actually spent in it as a name mod. Why are you like zoomed in my face?
I'm not zoomed in. It's just tight quarters.
It's the one you almost flipped over.
Yeah, that's one, yeah.
What's up, Dad?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Happy belated Thanksgiving. I got a feeling you're gonna drive this car more than I am.
We'll see.
I'll be your car owner, that's fine.
You're a car owner.
I said I think Charlie's gonna actually race this car
This
more
is
than
a
I am.
pure stock
Yeah.
that Darwyn's building for a gal. And now I guess they're able to put the front mount or front tubes, a little bit more support up front. Things a little safer. Gonna have a heck of a time putting an engine in it, but guess that's for them to figure out. I'm sure the YouTubers are gonna love to hear that on their home speakers.
The home of killer chassis.
The home of killer chassis.
Yeah.
This is the worst. I don't know if you guys could hear me when I was talking there, but hey, like I say, he's got a big I-beam up top there. That's how he moves cars around throughout the shop. There's this frame jig right there. Brake, cutting shears, or be a foot shear.
He doesn't have to move. He doesn't have to go real far.
No, he just kind of sits in this one corner and he can build.
He can do it all.
He
He
can
can do it all from a swivel.
keep building a tire. And actually, if you really break his shop down, it's like here's like the
He can do it
frame.
all from a swivel.
This is the chassis shop right here. Here's the tranny
This
slash
tranny engine
motor engine shop right here.
Engine shop.
You go to the next corner. This is a tire prep. Yeah, I suppose a little bit of that. Putting up bars, hardware, the I Love Me corner. Do it all right here.
One of the only USRA USMTS guys. One of the only USRA USMTS guys that builds his own chassis, builds his own motors, and is competitive.
So
Bob Harris does a bar that goes from like here to here too.
Yeah.
Across there.
You want me to put a bar on it for you?
I'm just telling
Bill,
Bob
you tell me
Harris.
I'll put whatever the hell you want.
I'm just saying what Bob Harris does.
I don't
It's
fucking build
it's the
these things.
it's the craziest looking thing you ever want to see.
You know what IMCA is to me? Fucking slow.
He's got, hey man, the IMCA Sport Mod, they turned some pretty good laps.
I'm gonna have a lot of editing
Yeah,
to do here. A lot of swearing.
IMCA Sport Mod, I bet they're all awesome.
They were pretty, no, their lap times.
I would
at the-
love to see.
Their lap times at the Clash were pretty fast.
I know they were, but you put USR. I would love to put 10 and 10 all together, and USR would come on the end of the day.
No man, Jared Baumeister shows up with his IMCA Sport Mod and puts a hurting on USRA.
yeah,
guys.
he usually does. At Fountain
At Deer
City.
Creek and Fountain City.
Fountain City.
Hold on, in the modifieds.
No.
I'm
P-mods.
saying IMCA modified
Oh,
with USR
A-mods?
modified.
Oh, well yeah, because they're all running 614 crates.
They're gay.
I'm talking about B-mods. I'm talking about B-mods.
What was that? I'm trying to remember that Facebook post that you posted on there. Like, what's good about a crate motor or something like that?
That's a good starter for a small block.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Which I'm not way far off of that. I'm not a. Listen, there's a lot of guys run those things, and a lot of guys like doing them and shit, but I'm not one
Well, I
of them.
want to work in that rear end. I hope it's good.
That's all everybody was running around here? Yeah, I get it.
What? That rear end?
Yeah, he rented it.
Oh, he did. Big God, Darwyn spent a lot of work in it. It's something that we're not too sure about.
Darwyn sure about it.
At least somebody did.
What's that?
We were never real sure about
The
the
guy's like, you should
condition of that rear end. Huh?
I'm like, yeah, Darwin.
No, I put hubs on it.
Oh, you
It's
did?
good, yeah.
I was gonna say you put all that work into it. I hope it's straight.
It's within 30,000.
We had no idea. It's been
And besides when Billy hits the wall and Charlie doesn't,
it's been sitting on the shelf It'll in the not get shop for the straight. last 10 years.
well, that's because everybody wants to drive it. It's probably sitting around from one back when Tammy was doing that shit, you know. I mean,
This one came out of one of the
Either
Shaw
it came out
cars.
of one of the, I mean, who?
It came out of one of Tyler's Shaw cars when we put a quick change in.
I'm not done yet.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna weld the cages on Darwyn. I've never done this
Are
before.
you gonna what?
Weld the top cages on. You missed a weld in there, but probably.
Are you gonna weld?
Yeah, because you weld the top plate on the rear end housing, so you can drop this whole lower unit off.
When you weld it, if you want, I just bolt it on for now. Why don't you just leave it bolt, put a tack weld on it? You ain't gotta go anywhere.
Well, yeah, that's what I gotta make sure it does.
Just weld them right here. Just do it right on this corner.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'll come out to the shop.
No,
When
at
you're
the
ready.
welding
When
is
you're
not a
ready,
big deal.
I'll come help you.
Dude, I'm struggle busting through this with you, all right? I'm not insulting you.
When I said when you get ready, I'll come and help you. I'm not like that kind of guy.
I'm learning as well as you are. Yeah, this is our first time sitting there.
It's all good.
All right, we got the shot car in the shop. Had to touch up a couple welds. Found a crack cross member here, so we got that weld done. There's a little bit of a hole in that tube, so we got that welded up. And we're gonna be cleaning this car all up. Here's the old hood pins. We're gonna get that all cleaned up. We're gonna do the nice weirs bolt on hood pins, mounts, because Billy loves his weirs part, so I had no weld on junk, all bolt on stuff. Billet trickery, right? And then little tidbit what's going on right now is we got a guy that's coming to look to buying Billy's B-Mod car. This is the new 2020 dirt dealer that Billy had built this past season. So we're ripping the motor out, training out, and might have a guy come in to buy that. But actually I think he's going to be doing is buying Billy's. He's more interested in Billy's 2014 dirt dealer that was redone in 2020. So had all the 2020 updates. But I think he wants this car. And a little side note, this car here is only USRA legal because of tube thickness. For that one there, it's it's a bigger tubing, thicker tubing, so it's WSOTA legal. Because I think that's inch and 3/4. This is 1.5 inches, where WSOTA requires 1 3/4 tubing. But yeah, so if he decides to buy this, I think we're gonna be pulling off the quick change, putting in Billy's PEM 9-inch rear end. That'll go into this car, and I think the gentleman wants to run this as a USRA B-Mod. Lots of parts, but yeah, Billy's gonna make this thing pretty sweet. It's kind of sad that we didn't have a motor for him to finish it, but that's how it goes. But speaking about motors, we had a complete chaos engine, I don't know, plan, I guess. So this is the 420 that was in my car. We're currently ripping this all apart, and we're gonna do a complete refresher on this because this thing's got about 3 seasons on it, about a season on some of the fresh parts, because we had a crank issue, blew out the rear main seal, and we found some problems with the crank. So about middle of the season, not middle of the season, it was when I blew up my first motor at the beginning at Fountain City practice. I put this motor in, next to started blowing all out the rear main seal. I realized that the rear thrust bearing is all blown out, and so long story short, we needed it done quick. Fastest way was we had to just buy a new crank. So we buy a new crank, got a new crank put in it, new bearings. So now we got all back apart. We're gonna be honing it, cleaning it. We got the heads over here. We'll resurface the heads. I'm sure, I don't know if you guys remember, a little while back, we had a rocker come apart on us, so it gnarled up. We had a couple lifter failures and a rocker failure. So here's what some of the lifters did to this one. The lifters kind of ate up at this one pretty good. So we're gonna need to get this resurfaced. It's good practice no matter whenever you remove your heads off your motor to get them all resurfaced. So we'll get that all cleaned up, intake. So yeah, so we'll go completely through the 425. This is the motor that came out of my car. We got this motor here that's just junk, but you know, we're still trying to see what parts we can salvage off of it. But this is my old 370 that I grenaded years back in the AMOD, right before deployment. You can see that, yeah, block's pretty hammered, pretty good. Pistons are pretty banged up. We're kind of hoping we're gonna be able to save the crank, but you know, guess we'll just have to see. It's a good crank. Really was only able to save a couple of pistons. Yeah, you know, obviously pull some things off. So there's that guy. Here's the pistons that came out of my car. Kind of found some issues when we ripped it apart. Right there, you can see that the valve was kissing the piston. So that's obviously not ideal, but you know, it's kind of what happens sometimes when you crank them. You got a motor that isn't really designed or built for 8,000 RPMs that you go running with the USMTS guys and you start cranking your motor up 8,000 RPMs. Sometimes it's not the smartest. So yeah, here's some of the pistons from that motor, that blown up motor of mine they were trying to save. Yeah, another thing, we're also going to put new connecting rods, bend bearings, and crank are all new, so we should really reuse the crank bearings. Yeah, that's really about it. Pistons will be reused. And then we gotta put them away. That's not gonna be fun. All of our tires go upstairs there. Good leg workout. But so as I say, we're pulling Billy's motor out. This is the one that Billy had the problems with when we first put it in. Constant motor. And then had some work done on it, brought it back. We got running for the Jamboree. And I realized that there was antifreeze coming out of the header. So I think there's a little pinhole in one of the sidewalls. It's a little bit of antifreeze in, so this motor will get a sleeve put in it. So that's gotta get a little bit of work done. I got my Adams motor at Jamie's right now, but that's gotta be new heads put on it, valve train put in. It's kind of gone through. Pull bearings, check all that over. We'll know a lot once we pull the heads off it. And then obviously this is the IMCA car that Billy's gonna be building, which will receive the trusty old crate motor. So then this thing can be IMCA with soda and USRA legal.
Good stuff. Nothing but the quality.
Yeah.
67 cents per can.
89 cents.
Oh, 89.
Oh no, that's $1 something now.
$1.
Biden's in office now. You know what pink?
Oh, I can't get politics on the YouTube channel. Come on now.
Oh. So why not? They get the.
No.
don't
This is
need to
Minnesota
know.
dirt. I mean, not
2024.
not.
Our current administration has caused paint prices to go up.
It went from 67
It
cents
used
a
to be
can
89
to
cents. Now
$1.09.
it's $1.50 a can, if you can find it.
Well, I'm gonna get back under the car and pull this transmission on its way out. Let's get at it. What's up, Minnesota dirt? Today's Saturday, the 27th of November. My long series episode here of random racing's done during the off season. Yesterday we talked about someone come and look at Billy's car. I just rolled in, I haven't heard anything, so it's still sitting here. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Billy's just curling heads over there. Is it good or bad that that car's still sitting there?
It's good.
What does that mean? You got to put a 9 incher in it?
Yep.
So you sold it?
It's not for sure, but I'm thinking it's about 95%.
So you came yesterday? Or did he stand you up?
What?
So the guy came yesterday, he didn't stand you up?
He brought his dad, his kids, and really nice guy.
Suppose we can move the boat back and get the truck in here.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thanks, Jeremy. Hope you're watching this. Alright, got Billy's motor loaded up. We're gonna be loading up mine here. He said Billy tore mine apart last night, so got the heads, pistons that have some damage on it, that got some weird things going on. So Billy wants Jamie to check it out.
Just to get the numbers off them. Oh, okay. That'll work.
What's that?
Your
Yeah,
loading
yeah,
your loading method.
Don't want to keep the nice seats to get oil on them.
So yeah, so it sounds like this is the plan. If it works out, I'm thinking it's going to. So this is a 21 car B mod. That over there is the 14 car A mod. We're gonna be ripping the rear end out of that car and putting it into the 21 car. And then the rear end out of this car is going into that car, turning that into a B mod. This will become an A mod. I gotta rip the fuel cell and fuel lines out of this car, put it in that car, and vice versa. The MSD 6AL box needs to come out of that car, go into this one, and then the little rev box for the B mod will come out and go in there.
Why are fuel lines and fuel safes moving? Is that because he wants to run ethanol, or?
No, because that was set up for an A mod, so it's got a 26-gallon fuel cell. This has a 20 or 22-gallon fuel cell, but the A mod is reverse pump. So the fuel lines are super short. It runs right to the back of the transmission, and also the power steering lines run all the way to the back of the transmission. So for B mod, it's unusable. So yeah, power steering lines, fuel system has to get swapped, and this one has to go over there so that he can. So that'll be a fully functional B mod, and he doesn't have to remake fuel lines and throw away half the stuff. Oh, and then I got to swap brake calipers too, because that has AFCO aluminums on it.
That one's got the nice brand new steels on it.
Yes, and this one has the AFCO steel. So these AFCO steels will go over there. Those will go over here.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's
Not so much.
it's not really hard.
Not
It's
so much selling rolling a trailer.
just, no.
I'm jealous though. I mean, brand new car.
It's not hard, just time consuming.
One of these days, I'm gonna have a brand new chassis. How did tell me, how does it feel when you climbed into a car that had a fresh new powder coat, not a lap turned on it, just perfect, brand spanking new? How's it feel?
Terrifying. Because my old cars, I could wreck that thing in the wall, lap one, turn one, total it out, and yeah, I'd be butthurt, but wouldn't really care. I took this brand new car and crashed her in the wall. There's gonna be some tears.
Yeah,
That's gonna hurt the pocketbook pretty bad.
that's how I felt about the GRT the first couple races.
Or how about, so, because if we sell it, I'm having them build me a 2022 car. You can turn that into an A mod, and then you give me your GRT car, and I'll turn that into a B mod.
Nah, I'll be all right.
Oh, hey, I was just gonna give you a free brand new race car.
I'll run my BHE. There it is.
All right, set them up on the table. We got work to do.
You have more work to do in here,
Yeah,
or
set them up on the table here.
are we just moving things?
with me now. Here we go. Let's get this turned a little straight. All right, here we go. All right, so yeah, well, we cleaned it out. This is gonna be the engine room. People don't really know is I used to intern for a guy named Jamie Swanson, Flying J Race Engines, building motors. Not really doing the whole machine work, but the assembly and stuff. So I got enough talent to assemble our own stuff. Not enough talent to like spec out parts and, you know, oh, you need that crank with them rods and those pistons. So I leave that for Jamie, but I assemble everything and degree wheels, set the cams all right, set the timing chains and all that, you know. So here's Charlie's motor. Got everything all out, labeled. Number 1, 2, 3. Rockers, timing chain. All the head studs. You know, try to keep it somewhat clean and organized. There's Charlie's crank. And then before we started Minnesota Dirt, we had a 377 that was an animal, and Charlie blew it up. So we're gonna bring this to Jamie and see if it's worth sending out. I know they can weld on these pretty decently, and then re-machine them to make it usable again. But I don't know. This one might be too destroyed, so I don't know. We'll bring it with us, let Jamie take a look at it. But it's a nice crank, you know, Crower, all nice and smooth and looks pretty. So we'll grab that with us. Oily, almost dropped it. Oh. Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Billy. You like walking around with a stick in your hand?
Yep, stick in my hand, crank in the other.
That's right, Minnesota Dirt. I can move a boat by myself.
Yeah, you're so strong. Trust me, that crane's been through a lot worse, so.
I'm not gonna pick that block up though by myself.
Why? What happened? You just moved a boat by yourself, and now you're trying to tell me you can't pick up that little engine block. Don't even try. You're gonna. Don't even try. Don't. Dude, that's how you hurt yourself. I was kidding. Wow, you're so strong.
I still got it in me.
You're so strong.
They didn't all leave from deployment.
You're so big and strong.
Wait, what do you want it laying down?
It don't matter. Probably on the top. But it's flat. It's not flat back there. Just be nice to it, because you do realize it's like a $4,000 block, so.
Yeah, I'm trying to be gentle.
So you picking it up by yourself probably wasn't the smartest thing.
Here we are at the legendary Flying J Racing. And you know you're somewhere that builds some fast motors when they got all these cars out here. He's all right, Minnesota Dirt. Well, we got our engine stuff all figured out. Here's the 420 block, leaving bearings and pistons on that, so we can get everything honed and cleaned up, so you can figure out piston size, bore size, a lot of fun stuff. New rings. We're hoping that we can reuse the pistons, but we'll later to find out and see. Here's the cam, or I'm sorry, the crank from 370 motor that I blew up a while ago. We're gonna get this sent off, see if we can get cleaned up, fixed up. 420 heads, we're gonna get those cleaned up, resurfaced, go back on that motor. Then I got my dart block that we're gonna be, this is the 370 that we're gonna be building up. Hopefully be our little little trick shot motor. Be our little money maker. We'll see. I get to play engines a little bit today. I'm gonna rip the Adams motor, at least the bottom end off, or just the oil pan, and see what's going on down there. See what we have. So we got the parts back here. So yeah, so me and Billy were talking. We're looking at getting about 6 engines built for this year. You know, because Billy's got 3 cars. I got my cars. So there's 4 cars that are needing engines, and then you know, 2 extra, 1 spare for the A mod and 1 spare for B mods. So let's get the tearing.
Shoot.
So I got the oil pan off. I'm sure you guys are watching me take that off and wondering, well, he's got it on a motor stand, why is he not just turn it upside down? We weren't too sure on the history of this motor and what it's all been through and what's even really in it. I'll be honest, it was a cheap A-mod motor. So this is the first time I've had this thing apart. It's pretty sludgy on the bottom. It's been sitting for a long time, so we didn't want to tip it upside down and start letting that stuff in there. First glance too, so you can see that this oil pan has been on a motor that's exploded before. That's why we've seen that repair just over here. And then as we go further on, I see that the crank has been welded on and repaired. So let's get this old girl tipped upside down and see what we're working with here. All right, well, here's the bottom end here. So at first glance, I originally thought this was a repair, but no, now that I see that it's done on several, they did this for, I can try to get it turned over, but they did that for balancing. So, I mean, first glance, everything's really clean. The cylinder walls look good. So, it's good so far. So we'll leave it like this and let Billy determine what he wants to do. Alright, so here's a little better look of the balancing they do, a little bit of welds. So then I found the stamps. It's a neat crank, eagle, connecting rods. Yeah, so far that's kind of all my little evaluate. No idea what kind of cam's in it. I mean, it looks pretty decent, and it looks like the lobes, the journals don't look bad. Everything looks pretty fresh. So again, I'm not the engine guy of the family. Billy's the engine guy. He's the one that's able to come in here, assess it way better than I am, figure out what we're working with. Like I said, this motor here is going to be no motor that we're going to be like using as our primary motor, but it's good to have spares. So in the last resort situation, this is all we got. I'll run it. All right, what's up, Minnesota Dirt? Having a little bit of shop fun. Not fun with this guy. So this is what we do in the off season. Sometimes we gotta work on other projects. But this was supposed to be my new plow truck. You know, 95 Ford F350. It's got the 460 7.5 EFI in it. It's 4-wheel drive, 10-foot dump box, the E4D automatic transmission. It's a 1-ton, pretty decent truck. But when I got it, it didn't run, and the guy wasn't too sure why. He thought the motor locked up. But we got home right away. We were able to get it turned over. So we're like, all right, crank. Thing is pop firing out of the intake. No fire. Long story short, we ended up realizing that this thing had a bad cam. I replaced the cam in it. New cam, new lifters, new timing chain, new transfer sprockets. That's kind of really about it. I will use the original valve springs, rockers, push rods. But yeah, we got everything put together. It came with the new distributor. Oh. Paris is calling. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So yeah, plays all that fun jazz. Once we had it all replaced, I got everything back together. You know, I didn't have the radiator in or hoses hooked up, some vacuum lines not hooked up, but you know, it was pretty much ready to start. Put everything top dead center, set the distributor, and then it cranked a couple times. Yeah, fired right up. So fired right up. I let it run for 2-3 seconds, just to quick hear it, and I shut it off. I'm like, cool, thing runs. And then the next day, I go to finish everything up. Dad gets here, whatnot. Went through the radiator, get all the radiator safe stuff in. We did new transmission cooler lines. You know, we did a bunch of stuff before I ever trying to restart it again. So once we got all that stuff done, fresh oil change, new filter, all that stuff, I go to start it thinking that it's just gonna fire up like it did yesterday or the day before, and it just kind of turned over, tried for a little bit, and then when I kind of stopped, hit the key again, tried it like 2-3 times, then it fired right up. It sounded kind of like garbage, and then it cleared itself out for a little bit. Let it run, and then maybe let the thing run for 5 minutes, and next, off like a light switch. And, pull the distributor, look down on the distributor hole, and it wrecked the brand new cam. Right where the distributor and the cam meet. Oh. Side note, my shop is an absolute mess. I got oil everywhere. Again, because of the transmission line stuff. But, thank God for some floor dry here in the shop. Because that's gonna fix all this right here. Just make Charlie feel better. Yeah, look at that. This sounds awesome. You don't need much. Put that about that much. I got some pans down there I probably should get out, but yeah, stuff is pretty good. Well, that's a wrap, Minnesota Dirt, this 2021 season. It's been a great year. It was awesome starting this channel, and I love the support I've been getting from you guys and my subscribers. Super happy and thankful to have you guys join the Minnesota Dirt family. We're about to break that 800 subscribers. And obviously this channel grows around how many subscribers we get. It allows us to do so much more. So again, thank you so much for joining the Minnesota Dirt family. I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas and New Year's. And we are excited to have you guys with us this 2022 race season. It is fastly approaching. We have Humboldt Speedway Battle of the Bull Ring coming March 9th. So that'll be our first upcoming race. Just get done right now editing this video. Probably will have some more content coming out of finishing up the cars and getting things ready for preparation before Humboldt. But again, as you see here with the engines we're building, race cars we're building, Billy's building an IMCA car. He just got actually another car if you saw on the Facebook page. So the race program is crazy right now. Everyday life is crazy right now. But that's just how things go. And again, we're excited for the 22 race season. Should be a blast. Happy you guys can join us. Remember, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Go and follow us on Instagram and follow us on Facebook. Again, without you guys, we definitely could not make this possible. And all the support we guys get from you tremendously helps us. So again, thank you, Minnesota Dirt.